this video, Jen will talk about how intermittent fasting, combined with the ketogenic diet, was the key for her to finally lose the weight. Let's now hear it from Jen.
So anyway, getting into that kind of learning curve, I did stall. I want to say after I lost about 15 pounds, I just kind of stayed and I was eating this diet. I was following keto and I couldn't understand why. So I had heard actually on I don't know, somewhere on social that intermittent fasting sometimes can help you get out of a plateau. And through doing a
Interesting.
little bit, yeah, I got to tell you, this completely was the key for me. I mean, and people may have different journeys. I found he's actually a doctor, nephrologist, and an author, and he actually still treats patients, named Dr. Jason Fung. And he published a book called, originally his first book, I think, was The Diabetes Code. And then he published a book called The Obesity Code, which is the next book that I recommend anyone trying to start this. This explains the science about how we gain weight and lose weight. And learning this gave me everything else I needed to know to be successful. So what I learned from Jason Fung, and he also has a ton of free content on YouTube. He's a great public speaker. He explains things in layman's terms. But at the end of the day, the science behind it is really controlling your insulin levels. So fortunately for me, I think you saw how overweight I was. I didn't develop I wasn't pre-diabetic. I was probably heading that way. But Jason Fung figured out, and this is not new science, he just had to dig in. The patients he was treating were not getting better. They were just getting sicker and sicker. And he was getting really frustrated with medicine. He was doing everything that he learned in medical school, and he wasn't helping people. So he did his own research and discovered that really the key is insulin. Control your insulin. Whenever we eat food, our body releases insulin, whether it's low carb, high carb, meat, or a candy bar.
Right.
Our body produces and releases insulin. So your body reacts differently to different types of foods. And this is something nobody talks about. If you eat high sugar, high carbohydrate food, you produce more. And if you eat more often every day, your body constantly is releasing insulin. So insulin is the hormone that tells your body to store fat. It's also the hormone that allows your body to burn fat. And one of the things that he starts out by saying in this book that really catches you is, I can make you fat and I can make you thin. And that, like, just that statement alone is like, just kind of gets you. And you're like, okay, I want to learn about this. I was glued to his book. I couldn't put it down. I think I've watched every single one of his videos on YouTube. So I actually started incorporating intermittent fasting into my life. So the combination of a ketogenic diet and intermittent fasting, which I think everyone can do, really is what pushed me over the edge. I got to tell you, the rest of my weight just melted off. It was like magic.